Hello, this is Brian Aldrich with 4th Street Software. Today I'm going to show you a little bit about the 4th Street hockey game, the computer game that just came out here last December. So first of all, get this started. I've already got it installed on this machine, and I've played it enough where it exists inside my programs menu there. This is on Windows 7. If I needed to find it, it would be in the 4th Street Software folder, 4th Street Hockey. Okay, when it starts up here, you'll notice this little diagram that pops up. This just is indicating that this has been signed. So code signed, therefore it is safe. Alright, you'll notice too that this is version 1.0.1.9 of the program. After you get this started, you might want to go in and check for an update. It will not do this automatically. It does not require an internet connection except to figure out whether or not there's a update available. And to find out whether or not one is available, you just go to the Help menu and then choose Check Web for Update. Alright, and if there is one, you'll get this message. So there is a new version available. As soon as I click on OK, that's going to end the program, and it's going to start up your default web browser. And so right away it's bringing me to the web page. Again, if you weren't connected to the internet, it obviously wouldn't bring you here. And right now it's telling me that there is a new version available. It's version 1.0.110. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Now, one thing you might have to be aware of is that your antivirus software may catch this or flag it. It is code signed, as I showed you earlier. So I am going to go ahead and shut down my antivirus here just for a minute, because I know from experience that my antivirus will go ahead and flag this and automatically delete it. I've got WebRoot installed on mine. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and download this. As you can see down in the corner here, it's about a 10 megabyte update. And this thing only includes files that are in your application folder. So this will include the exe file for the program, the hockey program, and any updates that may have been done to some of the other files, such as the help file or maybe some new sounds files. Okay, so I'll go ahead and click on this. I'm just going to minimize the browser. And here we go. It's just telling me what it's going to do. It's a very simple installation that takes that long. Alright, and we'll exit out. And now we'll go ahead and start 4th Street Hockey up again. And as you can see, we are now updated. We can check that again if we need to version 1.0.1.10. Alright, and again, I'm going to check web for update just to make sure that everything's good and the program is up to date. Okay, following that, you see the basic screen here, layout. There's quite a bit around here that we'll talk about in subsequent videos, but I'm just going to show you how to load a season file and get things rolling here. So there's two ways to do that. You can either visit the File menu, or if we want to, we can just click on the Open File right here, and that will go ahead and find it for us. We'll go ahead and pick on the 2006-2007 season, and it's got a series of folders in here, none of which we need to worry about at present time, but there's a 4HK file here, which is the hockey player file. So this includes all the information about all the players that are involved inside this season package. So I'm going to go ahead and click that and open it up. And right away you can see that it dumps a bunch of information into the screen. So just show you around here a little bit so you can get more familiar with some of the terminology and the workings of this thing. Right now we are in the Atlantic Division, so these 5 teams reside there. If I click on any one of them, it will activate that particular team. The default is the first team listed inside the division. So in this case, Philadelphia. Here's the Northeast Division, and as you can see, as soon as I clicked on that, the selected team turned to Ottawa. So if I go to the Central Division, it'll change again, this time to Detroit, so on and so forth. So any of these divisions here can be activated. This one is empty, so there's nothing inside of it. Likewise for the other side. You'll also notice that 4 of these buttons are green, the others are blue. This denotes that these 4 are in the same conference. These 4 are in a different conference. In this case, the East and the West. Okay, I can change some of the information that's here, so you probably wouldn't want to do this with the League 1 here, and that's what we're in. We're in League 1. But you can if you want to. So, for example, if I don't particularly like New Jersey, maybe I want to change them to New Jersey or something like that, I can go ahead and do that. Now, it won't update this name until I click on another team, and now you see New Jersey is put in there. But we'll change it back to the way it should be here. Likewise, you can do that with the initials. Alright, now I mentioned that this is League 1. There are slots in here for 5 different leagues. So all you have to do to create a new league is pick one of the unused league slots. For example, League 2. If I switch it over here, it'll go directly to that. And you can see it's pretty much just an empty, barren league here with nothing in it. Okay, now you can populate the league as much as you want here. So, for example, I can change my division name to the Chuck Norris Division, and then go ahead, click here. So there's the Chuck Norris Division, and we'll go ahead and put a few teams in there, such as the Atlanta Bruisers. The Minnesota Fighting Saints. Okay, so on and so forth. You kind of get the idea. Alright, and we can go ahead and give these guys some skater pics or whatever. This looks like a picture button, and it is. If you go ahead and open it up, you can change all the skater and goalie pictures you want. These will actually accept anything pretty much that you can throw at it. PNG files are the default, and the advisable picture type files to use because they include transparencies. GIFs will do that to some extent. JPEGs and bitmaps will not. So if you choose those, be aware that on the ice you'll see basically some rectangles floating around. PNGs don't do it quite that way. And so I can pick, here's a Atlanta, forget what we had here, skater we need. So I can go through and pick a skater or what have you, and it'll plop it in. I'm just going to pick any old skater here. Likewise for a goalie, and so on. Okay, so you've got options there. Once you're done, close it up and it'll plop it into the window for you. Okay, let's see. So that was League 2. And I could change that to the Barnstormer League or something similar to that. Change the span 2007 to 2008. And if I go up here and save it, it should take care of it, and you should now see that in the organizations window. Okay, let's hop back down to League 1 though, just to show you a little bit more about that. I've already played several games with this league, and that's why if you look over here under the schedule window, or the schedule editor. This is what I call the mini schedule. There's another schedule editor up here, and if you click on that, it'll get into some things. But we'll talk more about how to operate this and what it all means in a little bit. But before I go, let's just check something out here real quick. You can see that Ottawa beat Toronto 5-2 here on October 4th. And if you want to see a box score of that, you can just click on the game and then click on show. And all these items have a little tooltip text to them. As you can see on this one, it says show box score of selected game. So if I click on that, it'll go ahead and generate a quick box score for me. Show you what happened during the game here. If you want to, you can change that over to a log, which is a play-by-play log of the entire game. It takes a little bit longer because it has to generate a larger file, and so on and so forth. Just close it and you're right back to where you were.